cut the music. This isn't so much of a review as it is a cinematic execution. Another Man's Wife. You know, movies and stories and all that are supposed to evoke emotions. Well, I have been evoked. I don't have a lot of good to say about this movie. I try not to crap on movies because I've never made one. So I'm going to do my best to get this over with without crapping on it. But I got to call a spade a spade. And if I don't like something, I don't like something. All right, so the premise of this movie, we got this couple who is falling on hard times financially. The husband's mother has cancer. Oh, there's going to be spoilers. Do you care? If you do care, don't watch this until you've seen the movie. If you don't care, it's a Peacock original. The husband's mom has cancer. It's like stage 3, so she needs to go into this facility that's going to pay for her treatment. The husband has lost his job. The house is like behind on mortgage. The wife is trying to secure this donor for the business she works for, who's working on this app. He's rich because he developed this app. It helps bring couples together, helps you find your match, while removing all the guesswork. That's his pitch. Basically, the donor comes to the couple and says, hey, I'll pay you $2 million to spend a weekend with the wife. So the couple has to, that's the central idea. The couple has to decide if they're going to do that. I would say it's about what happens after they make the decision, but the movie actually does dedicate quite a bit of time to whether they're going to do it or not and coming up with the reason why they may or may not. They do. They end up taking the deal. All right. Now, here's the thing. Oh my God. Here's the thing. This is the one good thing I can say about the movie. I appreciate that they gave the couple realistic reason as to why they would even consider this ludicrous idea. If you were like in dire straits like that, I think we'd all consider it. So I do appreciate that they gave them a reasonable explanation for why they would consider the deal and why they ultimately took it. So they got to sign like a whole bunch of paperwork and contract and blah, blah, blah. Because this tycoon is like, you know, he's a prominent man. He's got an image to uphold. So you can't find out that he's getting some married woman to come over to his house for a weekend, you know, for whatever scandals, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And the idea is, so long as y'all don't talk about it, breach the contract, the $2 million is yours. If you tell anybody what happened, we have the right to take the money back at any time. And if you spend any of it, then you're on the hook to pay that back. The wife goes. The husband stays behind. She comes back and he's all, you know, he's all paranoid, like what happened during this weekend. And you would think like this movie's full of like, you know, a bunch of hot scenes of her and the heartthrob as she slowly falls in love with this other dude or whatever. It don't even really go down like that. This movie is just real. She comes back. He wants to know what happened. She's like, I don't want to talk about this. I just want to distance myself from it. And he just slowly, well, not even so slowly, because by the time they get to it, there's not much of the movie left. He just kind of quickly devolves into paranoia because his wife won't let him in about whatever happened. He finds like lingerie in her suitcase, and they don't really confirm one way or the other like what happened. And maybe that's the point. All right, look. Y'all have y'all views about relationships and whatever. I have my views about relationships, whatever. We are not obligated to feel the same way. This is what I feel about insecurity in relationship. All right. If you have an insecurity, it is primarily your responsibility to manage your insecurity. As a partner, if your partner has an insecurity, it is your obligation to do whatever you can to assuage that insecurity. The problem is this wife don't care at all about where he's at. And at a certain point, she blows up and she goes, I could tell you that I slept with him. I could tell you that I wouldn't. Which one would you believe? And the problem is you spent so long dodging the question, not saying it, that nothing sounds believable. And you're acting as though this is an unreasonable conclusion to come to. I swear she's she's going on my villain list for the year, for real. Let me calm down. The movie is very slow. The movie is very boring. It spends most of the time leading up to the choice than it does playing around with the fallout of the choice. So if you're looking for like that thing where, you know, it cuts to the husband and then it goes to a shot of the woman taking a shot and then it goes back to the husband worrying and it goes back to the guy taking his shirt off and showing his ass. Like if you're looking for stuff like that, that's not here. It's a very quiet, realistic, you don't know what's going on. And it's deeply, deeply uncomfortable. Now the dude ends up going so crazy, he goes to his friend and without proof tells his friend that his wife slept with the mogul. And his friend leaks the story, and now they lose the money. And this news is everywhere, and the wife gets fired from her job, and it's a mess. And right about now, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, this is the husband's fault because he just couldn't keep himself in order. It's both their faults. It's both their faults, because you as a supporting spouse should have held your man down, and you as a man should have kept your mouth shut. So I don't have a problem blaming both of them, but this movie doesn't seem interested in blaming both of them, because here's what ends up happening. Here's what ends up happening. And this is why I'm so mad. Have I ever been this mad on camera? Should I be yelling about a movie? I don't know. And I'm not saying, like, listen, everybody acted well in the movie. Like all that stuff, like how it's shot, the performances, blah, blah, all that's cool. All right, whatever. I'm not taking anything away from anybody in that regard. So they go confront Taye Diggs, and it's like, you took the money back. And Taye Diggs is like, yo, you broke the contract. We had an agreement. And then you find out this is an experiment. They're victim. He's done this before. He's offered this and seen it tear apart relationships. He knew what he was getting them into, because he needs to perfect his app. Now, maybe this is my lack of media literacy in this regard, but I'm not entirely sure. He says it's in service of perfecting his app. I'm not entirely sure how this helps perfect the app. And I don't feel like the movie really explained. Then the woman confronts Taye Diggs and is like, yo, did you know we would fail? And he's like, I expected you to. Fast forward 3 months, and we're in like this little cafe type area. And husband comes in and wife comes in, and husband looks a little down on his luck. Wife is like well dressed. And he says, like, I'm going to send the papers back to your lawyer, whatever, confirming that there is a divorce and that she has filed for the divorce. Okay. All right. He almost tries to see if he can rekindle it. And she kind of, like, she has to leave. She walks out, and the last shot is him seeing her, and she's with Taye Diggs. She blew up her marriage and got with Taye Diggs. They're out the money. The bills are piling up. The wife, the mother still needs treatment. The husband has no choice, no options. What is he gonna do? And the wife pulls the ripcord and just gets out from under the fallout of everything that's going. Yeah, she got fired or whatever, but it's cool because she's married to or she's with dude now. The financial woes, don't worry about it, because she's with dude now. The mom with the cancer doesn't worry. It's not her mother. She's good now. Like, this dude's fate is completely uncertain. What's going on in his life? And he watches that they are together, and the movie goes off. I have a hard time with people that do not stick by each other. I have a hard time with that. Like, in real life. And my real life sensibilities leak into when I absorb media, okay? I am married. I take my marriage very seriously, or at least I try to. I love my wife so much. The idea that I would make a decision that would, even if we collectively made the decision, that would get my woman in a terrible situation, and I would just bail out because I'm safe. Fuck kind of monster does that? Maybe there's some profound message in this movie that I'm just a little too emotional to see. Because all I can see is the foolishness of the initial decision and the terrible way in which the wife treated the husband afterwards. Never take for granted how secure you are or how secure you will feel if you know what happened. Good, bad, or ugly. All he wants to know is he wants to be in. But she had the power, and she was satisfied with the fact that she had the power. She didn't want to be bothered doing the work of having to face the uncomfortability of whatever happened. I hate stuff like that. I hate when people do things like that. Take care of your people. You got a girlfriend, take care of her. You got a wife, take care of her. You got a husband, take care of him. Other than that, the movie is just not very exciting. It's just not very exciting. But I didn't like it. we were going to watch it on Saturday, but my wife had something important to do. And it took a little longer than expected. And she was going to put it on pause, and we were going to, because she wanted to honor the fact that she told me we'd watch it. And I said, no, I don't want you sitting here thinking about the work you have to. Just go ahead and do your thing. So we ended up watching on Sunday, on Mother's Day. And I bring that up because what I'm essentially saying to you is, if you must watch it, don't make time to watch it. It's a waste of time. Use time that you can afford to spare. Don't put nothing on the back burner, no matter how trivial. Bro, if you had an ice cream truck coming outside, don't miss the ice cream truck to start this movie. Go get your ice cream. Come back. It's literally not worth missing out on anything trivial. Certainly not anything important.